Hey, what's going on, guys? This is just going to be a really quick, in comparison at least, a really quick introduction or gameplay, just a showcase of the Leopard 1 on a test server. But you should also take away from this that this is pretty much what it's going to be like on the normal server, because as far as I know, no changes, no buffs, no nerfs have been made to the Leopard through the iterations of the test server, and pretty much any release. So what you see is, if you're watching this one, 8.5 is already out. This is exactly what the tank is like, except my ping is on crack. That's all that changed here. So, yeah, I'm playing on Lakeville. This was my first game of the tank, just trying to check the reload there. I'm already really impressed with the speed it has and its maneuverability, especially its turn rate. Big air, big hops. I knew there was a big discussion on how much armor it has, but as any good medium player knows, you don't need that to be successful as a flanker and attacker, so I immediately disregard that in any vehicle. I don't care how much armor it has. That's not even a big factor in this game for me, because I play mediums and a lot of mediums, so the armor value does not mean much to me. I care about speed, I care about reload, I care about actual firepower mechanics. Take a pretty terrible shot on the move. I also heard that it was good on the move, and that kind of disproved it for me there. It's good, but it's not M46 patent pre-tier 10 good. Incoming TK. Still getting used to this ping. I am throwing heat because, why not? And because I would like to see what this thing can do against other tier 10s with Clan Wars ready munitions. So that's why I'm throwing heat. I do know that the pen on the regular AP shells is fantastic, just like the E50Ms. But it's the test server. Why not throw the best munitions you can and be like a total dick like everybody else? So that's what I'm doing. I do actually pen that shot. So I'm already starting to take the note here that the aim time and the accuracy of the gun is just incredible. Just like the E50M, it can hit shots that other tanks cannot reliably penetrate them.
Punch right through their armor.
Just trying to be very cautious here, conserve my HP, because I know this thing is a very squishy tank.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
And I see these two rolling in the corner. I-7 does not get a shot out on me, and this guy hangs just too far out.
User joined your channel.
That's nice. With this ping, I really can't make around the corner shots too well, so I just waited for the I-7's clear shot. And the reload is about 7.5 seconds, give or take a couple cents in there. With BIA, with the modules and all that, with maybe if you're gonna run chocolate or not, that's up to you. I realize they're pushing this IS-4 on my right, so I'm just gonna have my way with these tanks on my left in a second, just making sure I have no shots on this IS-4. I do see that we're having a little bit of trouble in Valley and Middle, so I want to try and hurry this up, but still I'm going to take my time. I let the I-7 shoot my track, pull around. I know this 54 is on reload.
Looks like that one went right through.
But I know the 54 has a moderately okay reload, so I just want to give it a second. And now I know I probably have either a couple seconds left, one more shot, or he's reloaded. And at this point, I just said, you know what, he's loaded. I don't care though. Only going to get one out, take him out. And at this point, I'm just going to sit here and chill for a second. They have 2 SPGs up, so I'm just going to say a little bit already safe. That must have gone right over the top of the back. I see the size 4 is repositioned a little bit, so I'll take a shot at him. Don't want to let this IS-4 get away. I know the guy's starting reloading. Take those two into account, take the IS-4 out. And just get around this IS-7. 121 in my rear shoots me. The IS-7 does not get a shot out. And I don't exactly know what happens with this guy here. I own a 121 myself, I played it quite a bit. I know the depression is atrocious from the front, and when you put the gun to the back, it gets even worse. So at this point, I don't think he was really familiar with the tank. He didn't seem to really know what he was doing. He didn't really seem to be too confident with the vehicle. But, when all else fails, just run at him. And that's what he did, just came right at me. Put a big hit in with the high alpha gun the 121 has. But I did reload, so I see they still have 2 SPGs up, so I'm just running for a little bit of hard cover. surprised they weren't looking at me the whole time there. Maybe they didn't have shots from Valley, not sure. But at this point, there's no sense in me just charging up through the ABC row, because I see they have three TDs up. I see one is in Valley, and later in a second here, two. But that's not going to stop me from knowing that there was one in the middle, and he probably backed up. So I'm just taking it really careful. I'm going to go try and reinforce my other flank. Again, I'm really impressed at this point. This was, again, my first game. I'm really impressed with the speed that this thing can output, how fast it can get. The acceleration is really nice, and it beats any other medium with the turning radius too. So this was totally pain-free, me getting back up to our cap in a couple seconds. I see one of our Leopards is AFK, and that kind of sucks. And I know they're pushing this, and we have a lot of low HP tanks over here, so I'm just going to position myself to be a little bit defensive. So 4202 fires.
Enemy is hit.
Get a freebie. Just making sure my, you can't see any part of my tank. I guess, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but this tank, what sets it apart from something like the E50 or the Batshot or any of the other mediums, apart from the 4202 and the M48, is it's extremely good depression for a German tank. This is what pretty much makes the tank different from the E50 and makes it better in some aspects than the E50, is that it has a very high depression. For a German tank, that is. And here, that aim time and accuracy, I get away with that. Love that. Gotta be very defensive with this 4202. Just don't want him to get a freebie on me. T92 is being a pro right now. Just waiting for an opportunity here. This ping is killer. I see it, but that ping, if they move, I mean, even a second notice, you can miss that shot. Kinda surprised he didn't get this 92 here. But that's where he makes a mistake. And I know they still have two SPGs, but both of those SPGs are relatively low arcs, meaning they wouldn't be able to shoot over too much high cover. And what do we see here? Oh, the AFK Leopard is back. I guess he reconnected at some point. And thanks for that, because it actually ended up letting us win the match. So the Tortoise is going out a little bit towards the middle, and at this point I was just kind of considering the fact that their 183s are platooned, so I'm thinking they're either both at base being defensive, or they're both coming out, you know, one through the middle, one through the town, both through mid, both through town, something like that. So I'm waiting for him to light something if they're there, and then I can react to that, because I don't have any HP, especially against the tanks they have up right now. Just gonna try and light Valley here. I see there's nothing in middle, nothing in town that's coming up on us, so I just try and light Valley. I see there's nothing there, so I see two tanks coming up through middle and medium in that TD, so I'm just considering my options, and it would take me forever to go through Valley, and once I get there, yeah, I have depression, yeah, I'm pretty fast and all, but it's two TDs and two SPGs up, and I'm the one who has to initiate, so that's just not gonna work, so I go town instead. Just the habit, always putting your gun in the direction of the enemy at your turret, even though this thing only has, what, 75, 80 on the turret. Just a good habit to make, because plenty of times I've had my 62A or my E50 or you know, my 110 or whatever facing in the direction of the enemy and having that lucky bounce from, you know, whatever tank and that HP mattering in the end. So just a good habit to have, always facing your turret towards the line of fire. This thing's an absolute butterfly, just like a Batshot, without the autoloader. Any Batshot driver, any medium driver that's, you know, experienced in mediums will know, again, that you do not need armor, you do not need any hit points, to a degree. You know, the Batshot has 1800, so anybody that's used to that type of vehicle will fit right in with this kind of game playstyle. Very, very mobile, very accessible, really a utility vehicle. So I see our Team 2 takes out one of the two 183s. That's pretty huge for our team here. Have a shot on this, that anytime that accuracy goes right through. See there, 155 goes out. Fortunately, I missed that second one. Not a shock though, that was a pretty rare shot. Just waiting for our team to light something else here. Just gonna try and get a bit closer. Close the gap another like 75 meters or so. Get a better shot. And there's the lights.
Looks like that one went
The
right
travel
through.
time is also relatable to the E50 or T62. You know, you click, it's going to arrive on target right away. Very, very high shell velocity, and that was the win. Definitely try and play this tank like a scalpel, not a sledgehammer, and you should do just fine. This tank is all about mobility, assessing what's in front of you, and getting to the best position possible. And with that gun depression, and that accuracy, and that mobility, you should be able to do just fine with this tank. So, that's a little bit on this vehicle. We'll have a lot more content coming. I'm just waiting for 8.5 to come out, if you guys are interested. And thanks for watching. I'm just going to roll it to the detail report.